YouTube delivers bigger and more engaged audiences. From Paddington, the latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. We start with an exclusive today from Podtrac. In new research, YouTube is the most popular platform for podcasts that post full video. 22% of Podtrac's top 250 podcasts are posting full video episodes to YouTube, which do particularly well on the platform with bigger and more engaged audiences. You can grab a copy of the research from a link in our show notes and our newsletter at podnews.net. Campari Group has suspended all advertising with Spotify following an error we reported yesterday promoting Campari's Wild Turkey whiskey brand on a number of podcast pages. In the company's statement, it says, "We are disappointed that the implementation of the campaign by Spotify was inconsistent with our advertising code and have paused all media with Spotify pending results of the investigation." You can read the statement in full from a link in our show notes and our newsletter at podnews.net. The US's largest podcast publisher, SiriusXM, has acquired podcast producer Team Coco and its podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Conan has entered into a 5-year talent agreement with the company. The Wall Street Journal reports the deal is valued at $150 million. Ad buyers want to buy short podcast ads? Podcasters are pitching longer ones, says Digiday. The website suggests it's because the longer ads earn podcasters more money. That might be because they'll work better for the client. American Girl has launched a new family-friendly podcast network with 3 initial shows. The network is ad-free and promises to spark imaginations and a love of reading. A new original podcast from Salt and Amazon Music has launched. Become is a health and wellness podcast designed to give listeners a daily dose of relaxation and mindfulness that gets them energized to tackle whatever is next. Next, Red Circle has signed a partnership with Drew Binsky, the host of Roots of Humanity. A popular YouTuber, Binsky will monetize his show and grow his audience with the platform. And German company Podstars has surveyed 2,000 German podcast listeners and released the Podcast Survey 2022. 95% accept podcast advertising as a way to monetize their favorite shows. The vast majority find new shows to listen to via social media, and 22% have purchased a podcast subscription so far. And in People News, Sarah Naz-Jabbabai, Sarah Adams, William Cagle and Ellie Katz recently joined the podcast strategy team at Frequency Media. Nathan Tower also joined the team as a podcast producer. And in podcast news, stories of the materials used in making art are often as thought-provoking and illuminating as the objects themselves. From the Metropolitan Museum of Art, Immaterial examines the materials of art and what they can reveal about history and humanity. It's produced by Magnificent Noise. And The Art of Longevity is returning for a new season. The well-reviewed show features informal, in-depth conversations with celebrated music industry icons and established, respected artists, and is hosted by music industry veteran Keith Jopling. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.